ChrisWatters. Welcome to my video real estate blog. If this is your first time here, be sure to check out at the top of our video blog here. You can search homes for sale. You'll have a backstage pass to the MLS just like I do. You can also find out at the top by clicking on the link. You can get a home evaluation estimate to find out what your home might be worth from a low end to a high end range. Before we get too far into it, I've got Scott on the line again. He wants to ask me some questions about the Austin market. But some really cool news, Scott, something that we just got in the mail. Check this out. Boom. Congratulations. It's from the Inc. 5000. We just got awarded as one of the fastest growing companies in America for privately held businesses, which is pretty cool.
All right, awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. Anyways, let's get into it.
Okay, cool. Like you said, we're just going to quickly discuss the Austin market. So the first question that I have for you is what type of homes are hot in the Austin market right now, and what would you say is driving that?
So right now, the biggest challenge in Austin is affordability. So if you can find a home in the sub $300,000 price range within a 30-mile radius of Austin, Texas, those houses are flying like hotcakes. As the prices go up in the Austin area, the homes get a little bit more difficult to sell. When you get into the core of Austin, that's kind of the exception. Neighborhoods like Tarrytown, Pemberton Heights, Lake Austin, I mean, it's a great seller's market up to like $1.5 million. So, for 99% of the rest of Austin, that's not in that price point. Sub $300,000 price homes, those things are just flying off the shelf. So that's where it's a seller's market, and where most of our clients are having the most success.
Okay, and then on the flip side there, like what are some examples of homes that maybe aren't so hot, they're not moving very fast, and why do you think that is?
So in the high-end market, these really big, like 10,000 square foot homes that aren't waterfront are having a really difficult time selling. Like there's multiple years of inventory of homes in the high-end market for non-waterfront properties. And that kind of carries over into the suburbs as well. So in the suburbs, there's certain price points, that could be considered a luxury home. So if you go into like Round Rock, Pflugerville, Kyle, Buda, and you look at homes north of like 500,000 to 600,000, those homes are really difficult to sell. There's not a lot of buyers in that price range, and it's because of affordability. Just the jobs and the income levels. There's just not a lot of demand in those price points. So the market right now, we're very price sensitive in Austin, and it has a lot to do with affordability. Unlike San Francisco or New York City, we're just a very price sensitive market. So every little pocket of town, you've really got to study, and a good agent is going to tell you whether it's a buyer's market or a seller's market specific to that price range.
Okay. So you're talking about price. What are the median prices in this area, and what exactly is driving the price?
Yeah, so I mean, there's a tremendous number of companies moving to the Austin area, which is super exciting. I know we're still in the running for Amazon's HQ2, which is pretty exciting. That'd bring a couple 100,000 people here, 50,000 jobs. But that's obviously that's a huge example of a massive company that would potentially move here. But there's tons of small and medium businesses moving here. The occupancy for office buildings is at 98%, which is like obscene. So the office building market's really tight because there's so many companies moving here. There's different stats online. You'll hear about the greater Austin area. Like there's 150 new utilities being set up every single day. We just broke 2 million people. I mean, we've got a very diverse economy here for all different types of industries. And, there's a lot of people moving here for the culture. There's just a lot of really cool stuff to do in Austin between Austin City Limits, Formula One, South by Southwest. Lots of theater and arts. We're considered the live music capital of the U.S. So there's a lot of people who want to come here for the lifestyle, and a lot of the companies want to move here because even though affordability is becoming an issue, it's still a heck of a lot more affordable than, say, for example, like Southern California or New York, where homes are twice the cost. I was actually in Southern California last week, and literally, like, your typical home in Austin in the suburbs that may be, less than 10 years old, still really nice, $300,000. And you go to that in San Diego in the suburbs, and it's like 600 to 800,000. So you get a lot more bang for your buck. I think quality of life is a lot better here. Like, the traffic in Southern California when I was there was just freaking dreadful. Like, people complain about traffic on I-35 in Austin. I'm like, oh my God, you have no idea. I had to go to a conference on Monday and Tuesday, and I had to drive 19 miles. And I guess being from Texas, when I hear somebody tell me something's 19 miles away, I'm like, oh, it'll take me 19 minutes to get there. Well, it took me an hour and 15 minutes to go 19 miles. And I had to do this multiple days. So it wasn't just like one-off occurrence. It's like there was traffic at 10 o'clock in the morning. So, I think the quality of life drives a lot of people here, the diversity of the economy. It really is a super cool city.
Okay. Well, let's say somebody's thinking of moving to Austin, or they're trying to break into the housing market for the first time. Where would you recommend they start?
Obviously it kind of contingent on where they get a job. Like, most people want to live within a relatively short distance from their job. The second factor is schools. If they have kids, or how important are schools? So what's really amazing about Austin is we've got an incredible public school system compared to a lot of other states. So, like, there's for example, Round Rock ISD is really highly acclaimed for their schools. Lakeway ISD, super highly acclaimed. I think one of the school districts in Austin is Westlake ISD, and I think it's ranked, like number 7 in the entire United States out of hundreds and hundreds of independent school districts. We've also got some really cool private schools. We have a Waldorf Astoria here, which is great for like liberal arts type of students. If somebody's really academic, we have another program here called LASA, which I was recently ranked the number 2 high school in the entire United States, and it stands for the Liberal Arts and Science Academy. And so for people that really want to challenge their kids academically, that's where you go. So anyways, those are the 2 big driving factors of where people want to live. But there's great school districts both on the north side of Austin, the west side of Austin, and south side. So lots of great options.
Okay, awesome. So the last thing that I have for you, and you kind of mentioned this at the beginning, but if someone's looking to find the value of their home, how would you recommend that they go about doing that?
Yeah, so you can, at the top of our website here, if you're watching this on Facebook Live, you can go to ChrisWatters.com. But if you're watching this through my video email newsletter, at the top of the blog, we've got our home evaluation estimate. Now, this online tool, it's a range of low end to high end, and be really careful when you see different valuations on third-party websites, because most of them are inaccurate. And you really, an agent really needs to see the interior of your home and see the upgrades and see what you've done to it to really give you a good price. And most importantly, you probably want to know, like, how much would you actually put in your pocket after closing costs. So if you want an equity analysis, I will offer you one free of charge. Give us a call. Let us know if you want a free home equity analysis, and we'll tell you how much money you would collect if you were to sell your house, like cash in your pocket at closing. So yeah, that's how you can reach out to me. And hey, I don't know if you have any other questions, Scott, but I just want to thank all of our past clients, current clients. Super cool getting the award for Inc. 5000 to be ranked one of the fastest growing companies in the United States. So appreciate everybody that supported our business and helped us grow over the last 12 months.
Awesome. Well, this has been a lot of great information, and I hope people that have watched found this to be helpful. So thanks again for having me on the page again, Chris, and looking forward to next time.